so let's say that you want in Blackboard to create a multiple choice test, quiz, whatever, but then you'll also want the students to upload their work. So that way you have one part that they can just go in and answer, and then they'll upload their work. So here in Blackboard, if you go to Course Tools, and you go to Test, Surveys, and Pools, and you go to Test, you'll see I have a couple in here, but you'll just build whatever test you want to build. And so we'll call this test number 3, whatever, and then just hit submit. And you could put the description of the test and all that kind of good stuff here. So in here, you have a whole bunch of different options of different questions, but what I'm doing is I'm making them answer, because it's a little hard, as we know, with math to be able to type, even like x squared, for our students. And so what I'm doing is I'm just going to multiple choice, and then, I don't know, question 1. What is the antiderivative, if I can spell it, antiderivative of x squared? Just something that easily. And so down here now, make that where you can still see it, it didn't go away. Now down here, I can of course put, my answers and put which one's correct. So I can say 2x, because they forgot and they did the derivative. I can say x cubed, and then that's my dog getting up and walking away, over 3, and say, okay, that's the correct answer. And of course, if you want to be like crazy about it, you can do your plus C. C for Cindy, right? And then here, I don't know, I have no clue. And here, please fail me. Nah, whatever. All right, so basically you go through and you can create another and another, and you can do different types of questions. They don't have to all be multiple choice. You'll see that there's lots of different, things that you can do in here. But so once I get this test that I've created, then I have to put it somewhere. And so I'm going to go, in fact, I'll go in a folder that the students can't see, because if they see it right now, they'll start freaking out. We got a test, you didn't tell us. And so in here, I just picked an area that I had created a folder, but you can just put it in your content, assessment, test, and then I select my test, and I hit submit. And then, of course, you can, put whatever descriptions you want them to be able to see. I typically tell it to open it in a new window. You definitely need to make it available for the students. I don't really add an announcement. I guess you could if you want to give them more than one attempt, and then base it on which attempt you're going to grade. I only do one attempt. I do force completion once they open it. That way they can't open it and then go hunt some other place to do things. And I even set a timer. Okay, so whatever, if it's a little quiz, 30 minutes, whatever. And the other thing, I don't really do too much here, is I do put a due date, because what's nice about the due date is it makes it here as well as they can't come in later. So that way, let's say I made this due Sunday at midnight, then Monday morning I can get up and put all the wonderful zeros in. The other thing after here is I put after due date to give them the answers. Otherwise, I don't know why it defaults after submission, because that would kind of suck, right? Because then students could get the answers and send it through a group me, and do they get it all at once and all that kind of good stuff. All right, so I've created a test, basically, is what I've done here. And so it's right here. And the students would click on it, they would go into it and begin and all that kind of good stuff. My due date has passed. Okay, sorry, missed that test. Okay, so now from here, since my due date has passed, from here what I typically do is I will add, let me go back here, I will also make the students, because I don't trust them, I will also make the students upload their work. And so what I do is I pretty much just grade the work. The quiz just kind of lets them know immediately they get a grade. So I do that here in assessments again, assignment. And then from here, it's waiting, it's going in circles. All right, and so I name it and give it a certain color, all that kind of good stuff. So written work for test number 3. I, tell them upload their work in PDF, JPEG, or Word document. Okay, upload not their work, your work. And so that way, make it easy. They can take pictures, whatever. And then here what I do is this might be the written part of the test. Like I might have a PDF file that has the actual problems that they would see, okay, to actually work the test. And so I'd browse my computer and I'd put something there. And then, of course, once again, I make a due date. Let's make this one not pass time so I can actually see it. I'll even make it till tomorrow. And don't forget to put a grade in. If it's just a normal 100, that's fine. What it's going to do is it's going to put this in your grade book. There's other things down here. A lot of times, instructors will only give them a single attempt, and I find this to be a pain because, I messed up. Could I upload it again? So typically, I give them at least 2 attempts, and so that way they can try, upload it again before the due date. And then you have all these other different things. I don't know that anything in here you really, need to mess with, but just realize it's going to put it in the grade center, grading calculations. If you're using this grade book for an average, it puts it under the category as an assignment. All right, and if you want to track number of views and all that kind of good stuff. So what happens is when they come in here, okay, so when you tell them to, open this first because they're going to need to find that PDF file. And when they come in here, they will see the PDF. I didn't put one in here so they won't see it, but they'll see a link for the PDF that they can open and they can work out. And then, here they can say, this right submission is just a note that they might want to give you. Hey, I started the test at 3 p.m. I finished at 5:30. Then they would browse their computer and they would upload their actual assignment. Okay, so when they upload it, let me close that, and they'll submit it and all that kind of good stuff. So now the problem is okay, well, how do I know students have uploaded stuff? The easiest way is to go into the Grade Center and go to Needs Grading. And you will see I have students that have turned things in right here. And I can just simply click on one of these. Like notice this one here. Oh no, that's a different person. Never mind. This is a different assignment. I thought they turned it in twice, but different assignments. But from here now, I could actually click on the student's name and it would allow me to come in here and grade. If so nicely, they give you a PDF and they didn't give you a Word document, you can do all kinds of things by, writing on the document, all that good stuff. I tend to keep it fairly simple. And when you click on the grade over here, I type your comments. Question number 2 was incorrect. See video later. I do something where I will do all the corrections later after everybody turns the test in. And that's pretty much it, but that's at least a way to make them show their work, okay, and upload their work into Blackboard, and you can grade it very quickly, actually, by opening these. I realize you're having to grade on the screen, so it's a little bit slower, but at least it gives you that option.